Welcome back to another episode of Reboot. And before we dig into today's subject, I just really want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. It means a huge amount that the videos are either resonating with you or I'm helpful in some way in terms of inspiring thoughts or giving you some real world tips and tricks on living in the Kingdom of Wonders. Now, for this vlog, what I thought we would do is dive into options around car ownership, particularly at the compact end of the market. I had a question asked about how easy it is to buy a car and drive a car. So that's the subject of this vlog. I will take you now down to the dealership where we bought our car from and give you a feel for what they have currently on the lot, what the prices are, what the models are. And then in the second part of this video, I'll take you on a drive around Siem Reap so you can get an idea for what it's like to drive in Cambodia and go into a bit more detail on what's required in terms of car tax and insurance and licenses and all the other bits and pieces that you need to put a tick in the box to in order to be able to drive safely and legally in Cambodia. So let's go to the dealership right now. So these are the Kia Mornings. So this one is 2017 and this is a full option and this is currently on sale at 14,500 and the mileage on this one was low, wasn't it? I think it was about 45,000. Yeah, 41,000 kilometers. So it hasn't done a lot of driving. So that's what the interior looks like. So this is 2017. Then we have, what's the next one, hey?
Same year, but half full option.
So this is the full option version. So this is 13,200. So you'll notice there's some more sporty features down at the front. Kind of similar mileage. And then we have the
Year 2013.
2013, this full luxury,
Yeah.
and this is on at $9,900, obviously. So, and this is, yeah, very similar inside. So it has a false leather. In fact, this is very similar to our one with the LCD display, and that's what it looks like in the back. And then we go to 2013 full sport, and that's just under $10,000, 9,900. And then we have the 2010,
Yeah, 6,700.
and that's 6,700. So that's what we have available on the mornings. Then we go across to the Toyota Vitz, and Toyota is obviously a Japanese brand as opposed to the Korean Kia. So this one is 2014,
Half full option.
half full option,
Yeah.
and this is 12,200.
Yeah.
Then we have a
Year 2012.
2012 full option, and that is 2,700. Sorry, 10,700. And then
Year 2008 full option.
2008 and full option, and that's just under $8,000. But they're quite different to the Korean Kia brands. They don't come with as many bells and whistles, but they are slightly larger inside, but with less options. So not the full-size screen, you don't have the sensors, but another option if you're looking for a compact car. And then the final one, just before we log off, is the rather striking Kia Ray. And these are 2013,
2012.
2013, the first one, 2012, the second one. Similar engine size.
Similar inside, but this one full option has smart key, and this one half full option remote key.
Okay, so one has a smart key, which means you don't need to put the key in anything. The other is the remote key, so you still need to use the key, but you can unlock the car remotely. And they're a little bit unusual looking, but much larger inside, and beautifully detailed. So this is a larger option. So if you have more luggage or more people, this perhaps might be a better option than the Kia Morning. And the Kia Morning, just out of interest, is the domestic name in Korea for the Pictanto. So it's the same as the Pictanto, it's just what they call it within Korea, because all of these cars have been imported from Korea. So just before we dive into the practical considerations when owning a car in Cambodia, I thought I would share some reflections after 6 months of ownership. You know, I spent years riding motorbikes in Siem Reap, just like everyone else. It's cheap, quick, and you can park just about anywhere. But after owning a car for 6 months, I can tell you it really is a game changer. First is comfort. It's not about being fancy, it's about sanity. You're getting blasted with dust and heat every time you leave the house on a motorbike. But in a car, you shut the door, you turn on the aircon, and suddenly you're not battling the road. You're in your own little bubble. The same goes for rainy season. No more ponchos, no more arriving soaked, just dry, calm, and still in a good mood. Then I guess comes safety. And let's be honest, traffic here, as it is in much of the region, is chaos. People overtake on both sides. Nobody really follows rules, and potholes could swallow a moto whole. On a bike, you're exposed. In a small car, you've got seat belts, airbags, and a little more protection between you and the craziness. Practicality is the biggest difference. Groceries, airport pickups, weekend trips. It's just easier. No more strapping 10 kilograms of rice to the back of a scooter, and your valuables are locked away in a car, not swinging in a bag or hanging from your handlebars. Sure, there's some downsides. Parking is harder, fuel is more expensive, and maintenance costs more. But the trade-off is peace of mind. You're safer, more comfortable, and more independent. You feel like you live here, not like you're just passing through. If you're here short term, a bike makes total sense. But if you're building a life here or just want to stop sweating through your clothes every afternoon, a small car makes a big difference. Okay, so if we dive into the practical side of owning, registering, and maintaining a car without too much fluff. So if you're buying new, the dealer usually takes care of the registration for you. But if you're buying used, as I did, you'll need to make sure that the car is fully registered and not a shadow import. A shadow import is a car where the taxes haven't been paid, there's no legal plates, and there's no registration card for that vehicle. Please, please, please avoid cars with sketchy paperwork, no matter how good the price looks. And the same also goes for motorbikes. So to transfer ownership of the car, you'll need your passport and valid visa, the car's current registration paperwork, which the dealership will have, a sales contract, which shows and proves that you've purchased the car, and your local address, which can be your rental accommodation. If you're doing it in person, you do this through the Ministry of Public Works and Transport. It takes a few days and you'll get all the paperwork back in your name. Done properly, it's smooth and efficient. Skip it and you'll hit problems at every checkpoint. Ongoing costs, there's road tax, paid yearly based on engine size. For a small car under 2 litres, expect to pay around or between $20 to $50 a year. You'll get a little tax sticker to prove that you're up to date. You also need to pass a technical inspection every 1 to 2 years, and that's about $25. Think of it as an MOT, it's a basic check, brakes, lights, emissions. But you can't skip this one because it's required to renew your tax and insurance. Speaking of which, insurance, third party is required and is super cheap, between $30 to $50 a year. If your car's worth something and you've spent a lot of money, I would suggest getting comprehensive coverage, maybe $200 to $400 a year, depending on the value and the provider. To legally drive, you need a Cambodian driver's license. If you have a license from your home country that covers the category of vehicle you're driving, converting it is easy. Bring it to the transport office in Phnom Penh, take a vision test, and pay between $35 to $50. No driving test is required. As for ongoing costs, petrol is around $1 a litre. A small car like mine costs about $30 to fill, and that'll last you a couple of weeks. If you have stuck to Japanese or Korean cars, maintenance is extremely budget friendly. Oil changes cost around $20, new tyres maybe $40 each. Labour is cheap, but don't skimp because Cambodia's roads are rough. Important that you keep all of your documents in the car, so that's your registration, your insurance, and the inspection certificate. Police will stop you sometimes, and there's no drama whatsoever if all of your paperwork is in order. If not, well, you need to prepare for a little roadside negotiation. Owning a car in Cambodia gives comfort, safety, and freedom, but it does come with responsibility. Staying legal, staying on top of paperwork, and driving smart. For me, it was totally worth it. So that concludes and wraps up this vlog. So I hope you found it useful. I hope I enlightened you on the process of purchasing a car and what you need to do to stay legally compliant. That's it. I very much look forward to seeing you in the next vlog. And again, thank you for all of the support, all of the comments, all of the likes, and helping us to hit that 1,000 sub mark. So until next time, bye bye.